Bless the Lord, brothers and sisters. So happy to be back yet again. I thank God for you tuning in. How are you doing today? How is your day looking so far? I pray that God is literally shining on you like never before. I pray that you are drawing closer to Him and He is giving you more revelation, even in your dreams. And that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about this dream that I've been having. I haven't had it lately, but I know in the past I had it every now and again, and I did not know exactly what God was trying to talk to me about or tell me what this dream was about. It bothered me, because I didn't know what it meant. I know I was having this dream about bridges, but I didn't quite understand the significant meaning behind why I had these dreams. I'm not quite sure if you have bridge dreams also, but for everybody out there who do or have experienced bridge dreams, I believe that it signified different meanings for different people in different circumstances. Now, overall, the bridge dreams that I had made me feel very, very uneasy. The scene would be water would always be at the bottom. In other words, it wouldn't be like train tracks or anything underneath the bridge. It was always a high bridge with a lot of water on the right and the left. Okay. These dreams usually had cars on them, and the distance between the end that I was on and the end that was in front of me was a little ways away. In other words, it wasn't a short bridge. It was a bit of a longer type of bridge. Now, I'm from Brooklyn, New York. A lot of people already know. And we used to drive across the Verrazano Bridge, and it's a beautiful bridge. I really liked the bridge. In fact, when we used to drive near it, I would look at the bridge and I would be in awe of the bridge. It's such a beautiful bridge. And I wouldn't have any fear or anything of the bridge or anything. I know that I've driven personally over bridges, very recent. And depending on how high it is or how big it is, I do innately get that little fear come upon me just a little bit oftentimes. But I think the last time I was in a car, my daughter, my 14-year-old, was on the passenger side, and we held hands, but the scenery around it was beautiful. But anyway, it wasn't like a phobia where I couldn't necessarily cross it, but I don't know, different things for different people. Bridges are one of those things. But anyway, in the dream world, when I would have these dreams, right, I would have a paralyzing type of fear come upon me. And usually, the day, as far as the time, would be closer toward the evening time. Sometimes during the day, but closer typically during the evening times. And when I was approaching this bridge in the car, right? And then I had a dream where I wasn't in a car. I was kind of like, I was walking on the bridge, and the how can I say, the wood that was holding the bridge up or open or below my feet, pretty much, it was a little bit, it had gaps in it. In other words, it wasn't all together. It wasn't broken necessarily, but it was like if you step the wrong way, you could potentially, your feet can kind of trip over it and maybe fall through potentially. So, like I said, these dreams, it was as if I was riding on a roller coaster. You ever have that feeling when you're riding on a roller coaster and you can't look back, you just got to take the plunge because it's your turn and you got to just do it. Yeah, it was one of those things. So each and every time I would cross the bridge, I knew that I had to go forward. So what did this symbolize? Well, I said, what does it mean, Lord? I really, really want to know. Well, until recent, the revelation that I got particularly. I'm not saying this is for everybody. I'm saying the revelation that God gave me was these dreams represented fear. It represented fear versus faith. It represented my future. It represented, not becoming fearful of the future and putting faith in the forefront, if you would, in order to get to the other side of what that is coming, of whatever is coming in my future. Okay. Now, we know that we can plan for the future. We know that we can pray for the future. But we know that sometimes some circumstances happen that are, unforeseen. So sometimes things happen that are unfortunate. All that we can do as children of God is pray, is examine our lives, but more so also pay attention to what the dreams are talking about. Because as long as you have a clear understanding on the spiritual implications of that dream, you can better apply and better warfare on the natural or in the natural as to what God is trying to tell you. Dreams are usually telling you something that is to come, or what's on your mind, or what's, in your life that you need to consider. They're markers, they're indications, they're very, very good clues. That's why dreams, I think that not a lot of people pay attention to their dreams like they should. I know for me, sometimes I wake up and for whatever reason, I don't remember my dreams. And I think that that's a spiritual tactic from the enemy as well. That's why we should pray, Lord, before I wake up, please give me a clear distinction and memory as to what these dreams were. I actually, one day, I believe it was the Holy Spirit, to be quite honest. I had about 6 or 7 different dreams, right? On different days. But when I remembered each and every dream, right, they connected each other. In other words, symbolically, and what they were talking about, the theme, things that were in the dream connected with the next dream, made sense with the next dream. Different symbols in that dream connected with the other dream, and the theme was the same. So when I pretty much put it all together, I could better understand what God was talking about. So try to pay attention to your dreams. Like I said, the bridge dream particularly dealt with overcoming fear and trusting the Lord about my future. No matter what it looks like, no matter what happened in the past, okay? Because the past represented the fact that in behind the bridge, I couldn't go back. In other words, when you're on a bridge, right? Excuse me, I dropped the phone. When you're on the bridge, right? You can't go backwards. You have one place to go, and that's forward. That is forward. So God was telling me that you have to go forward in life. You have to go forward in life, but you have to put faith in the mix of your going, in the mix of your proceeding on. Don't allow fear, don't allow the unknown to paralyze you from moving forward. I hope this blessed you. I hope you got insight as to what these bridge dreams are all about. Or if you had a bridge dream, like I said, it just was revelation for me, man, because I was like, why am I so uneasy when I was having these dreams? I did not want to cross. I was fearful. First of all, I don't like heights, though they're not my friend. I'm not crazy about heights, but I will go on roller coasters, but I don't like heights. I don't like looking down a lot of times, on high places. That's just one of those things. But anywho, I love you guys. I pray that all is well. And check me out my next video. Oh, yeah. The next video. Wow. All I have to say is tune in. It's going to be very, very, very deep. Bless the Lord.